I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Bastion. So why don't we give a quick talk to the stranger? Talk about ancient spices. Ask about the ancient spices found tucked away in the melting pot. Where did they come from and when?
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while.
Guess that's all he's gonna give us.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Alright, so, when we get to this foundation, as you can see, we haven't learned any new, materials, any new buildings. So we get the last one that we have available.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
So now, since I've already gone over all of these before, we'll just go ahead and choose one. Let's get Dread Rum.
Dread Rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor.
And on we go to the Skyway. Only now we have another proving ground, the Windbag Ranch. The squirt population was kept well under control thanks to this place.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
So why don't we give it a shot? The War Machete strikes very quickly and its throwing attack provides added versatility.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
If you don't mind killing a bunch of squirts, that is. Defeat all foes quickly. That's it. That's the goal here.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Place gets awful slick sometimes.
Yeah, you could have told me that sooner, stranger. Trying to use my shield and I realized that you don't have it here.
Throwing arms. Slippery little devils.
As you can see, the turrets go away if you get too close to them. So you gotta use the throwing capability built in. Plus, some of the squirts have a tendency to get too far away from you. This is one of those events that I'm just not very good at.
Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
As you can see, I keep accidentally getting the wrong targets. And it's not helping. The game just never wants to aim at the things I want it to aim at. Not really a slight against the game, mind. It's more of a, I'm not very good at learning how to use this targeting system. So unlike the other two proving grounds, this is one that I'm just probably not gonna max out. So that means we are gonna be missing some upgrades in this run, because this and some other proving grounds I'm just not gonna do. Keep in mind the travel time of the blade. You have to be fairly close to your target to be able to ensure that you can hit them, and here's one of the main problems of this proving ground. You let them get away from you long enough, and finding the last one is a problem. All we got is something sharp. We didn't get the other crafting object, nor the book. And the next prize is under 90 seconds. Far better, I should say, than I did. Oh, you can also reload manually, apparently.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
Oh, you can also zoom out when you're in the Bastion. So, that's something they've decided to tell us about. Alright, forge. Something nasty and something sharp. Let's go ahead and work with something nasty. Higher ammo capacity or faster reload. The reload is actually really fast as is.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
Improved firing rate, but wider attack spread. A custom cartridge filled with countless bone shards, so it's more shotgunny. or just more damage. I prefer the accuracy that it has, so let's increase its
That ought to
damage.
make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Now we can also do with something sharp. Attacks cripple foes and deal damage over time, or critical chance. You probably want critical chance and whatnot, but I'm going to go ahead and hold off. As you might notice, I'm bad with the sword. So we're going to go ahead and swap out the bow for the Fang Repeater. And we're going to get rid of the Trip Mine, and we now have Bolt Burst, spiral bolts in every direction, and Snooze Dart. So why don't we go ahead and use Snooze Dart.
A repeater goes with a hammer better than a box of nails.
Alright, and back into the Skyway, and we see the Hanging Gardens. Beyond that, no telling what awaits. A veil hangs over the place.
The Hanging Gardens. Folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing.
Visit the forge, switch weapon upgrades, find best combinations.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Oh. Well,
The calamity took everybody after all.
not much we could do for them.
Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around.
Nah, I'm just making sure there wasn't anything over there.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh.
Someone's alive.
It's a snag or two trying to get to him.
For some reason, it didn't feel like my
He ain't about to stop.
hammer was going off.
No matter what. He's got so many questions after all.
You can trick the turrets into hitting each other, remember?
Just ain't
So
got time
good.
for answers.
So if you're good, you can take as little damage as possible.
The
Unfortunately, I'm
Thunder
not.
Brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the Bird Boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it.
No one made it.
Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
The Ura Sigil, a memento, an insignia borne by people of Ura heritage. The Tazzle Spade was a rare sight in Caelondia before the calamity, as very few Ura lived in the city. Now there are fewer still. Step lightly around the bodies of the dead. We
Just
do not
think,
wish to disturb their memory.
without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
What do you suppose he means by
The
that?
core survives as well. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Who is this man? And what is his link to us?
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.
He was in a land surrounded by the dead, one of the few survivors of a great calamity. Who is this Zolf? Talk to Zolf about life in Caelondia before the calamity. What was it like living in the city? Didn't you get homesick?
For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east.
Offer Zulf the spyglass found in the Sundown Path. Maybe this can help you take your mind off things. You could help us find new Skyway paths.
Zulf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says.
Ask Zulf about the Ura Sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Have you been to Sealandia long? Did you travel all the way from the east?
He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
Oh, well, you're an ambassador then. Ask about the Ura Sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Were there many Ura living in the city before the calamity? Can they be trusted here?
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Different. Different doesn't always mean better.
The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Alright, looks like we can make another building.
What we have here.
We could build a memorial. Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. Just need a place to build it. A necessary testament to the calamity. By paying tribute to the past, one might better prepare for the future. In the Lost and Found. Plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables. Just need a place to build it. The calamity tore the old world to pieces, yet even the smallest fragments can be restored in the Bastion. I'm gonna go ahead and build the Lost and Found.
The Lost and Found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Here we can use fragments and, just like he says, make them whole again. We can buy a great deal of materials and things in pretty much every building can use. You can get the Whale Ale, which increases damage using secret skills. Bastion Bourbon, which health tonics fully restore your health and you get better capacity. Lunkhead Liquor, 100% damage when counter-blocking with a bullhead shield, so the counters deal way more damage. And Stabsynth, automatically retaliate when injured. You also have the Graver Slash, a War Machete skill, a lightning-fast flurry of strikes that can cut through even the toughest armor. The origins of this technique is widely disputed, though its potency is not. And then, of course, fragments. Something sharp, something heavy, something shiny, and all the other various things. But a crystal barrette is the most interesting, a memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot. Holds great value, of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it in case.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that crystal barrette and the liqueur. Ask about what happened to Nacy, the girl who used to pin her hair back with this. Is she here already? Where is everyone?
I tried to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up.
Show Zulf the crystal barrette from the rippling walls. You didn't happen to see a girl who wore this in her hair, did you?
We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine.
Alright, and with that, let's go ahead and equip our new tonic. Bastion Bourbon.
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion Bourbon. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Cinderbrick Fort. Too bad it lies deep inside the toughest fort in the city. Pith Orchard. Core detected. It should be nestled by the shrine of the god of commotion and order. God of commotion and order, they say.
There's Pith Orchard, built in honor of the bull, and folks like Zulf who pray to him.
Why don't we go pay our respects to the bull?
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too.
The bull, the
Pith
only
stood for something once. Something real.
remnants of the old society exist everywhere, even their religion, I suppose.
In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
Oh, oops. I tread upon poor dead animal.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least.
Oh my. Something more than a scarecrow, apparently.
Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide.
But you gotta try.
Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine.
But what's in the shrine?
So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
And here we have another major mechanic of the game, the idols. The various gods all have their symbols here. Pith is the god of commotion and order. Foes shall grow quicker to move and strike. The wakeful bull, patient yet temperamental, adorns the city walls. We gain no bonus,
Pith.
unless we activate it. Caution, foes will be stronger. We now earn 10% more of the shards and 10% more experience, but foes are quicker and move
Kid
and strike.
decides to press his luck.
Oopsies. Come on, game, work with me here.
Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
So you see Dread Rum activates every time my health gets back to full. I'm actually really enjoying this
Kid
phone
ain't never
repeater I
seen
have.
windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
Ah, looks like we accidentally disturbed another body. Ah, too fast for me. But that's where the challenge lies, isn't it? Get it from a better angle. One of the things to remember when manually reloading is you can reload and still attack with your other weapon. Uh-oh. Stab leads. If you have nowhere to run, sometimes you just have to let them run out their course. Rage all you wish against my shield. It will do nothing for you.
Kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it.
In more ways than one, I suppose.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
The plush pith. Sorry, I didn't get to read its description.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Anything to remind us of the life we've lost, haven't
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
Ask Zolf about the plush toy from Pith Orchard. Would you like to hang on to this? The Ura people worship the same gods as us, after all.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
The gods didn't bother to stop the calamity, did they?
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Certainly a different perspective on things, that's for sure. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for now. Where do we head next? The Cinderbrick Fort and Bullhead Court. Like I said, we won't be handling the machete in Windbag Ranch much, but Bullhead Court is definitely something that can be done. So, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.